we could fight the battles
that they never could.
So tell me where the Avengers are now, because we're, you mentioned it, where we last left off, things had kind of blown up a little bit.
When we last, saw these characters in Civil War, it's been probably, 2 or 3 years that have passed, and our characters have been, kind of part of some sort of counter-terrorism efforts, but we're, flying under the radar, and, it's a lot, I think, when you are on these kinds of missions with no governmental support. You don't really have the support of even, even just the general public, and, you're sort of running the rogue, trying to do what is best for the common man, but you're not, you don't have someone to kind of guide you or, like I said, support you. And so we kind of are fractured ourselves. And then, of course, the last we saw Hulk, he was like floating into the stratosphere. Yeah. Now we are, reintroduced to this whole expanded universe. There's been a lot of change that's gone on since the original Avengers assembled.
I feel like it's bigger, that they're bigger and better and, badder than each one before. And this one's badder in a good way. This one has 64 Marvel characters.
Is it really 64?
That's what I've been told. And Anthony and Joe, they posted this aerial shot of Trailer Village. And it was like nothing I've ever seen before. Have you guys seen it? I mean, it's just trailer
after
trailer
in person.
after trailer.
Yeah, I mean, we were there every day.
Yeah, and people joke like half of those are RDJs. Half of the trailers are RDJs.
That's true, actually.
Very possible.
Yeah, we actually... It's kind of like we're making 3 movies all at once. It's very plot driven, and it's kind of, this is a film I think that really, all of these pieces come together in a very in a kind of complex, intricate package, and that's the purpose I think of this film, is to sort of bring everything together in a coherent way.
Yes.
And so as that's happening, it feels sort of like there are kind of 3 movies going on at once, because we meet different characters in different circumstances, and this one kind of greater cause brings everyone together. And so we even haven't had the opportunity to work with, probably 75% of those 60 whatever people, just because their characters are off in some other, having some other
realm.
Yeah,
it really takes crossover to a whole new level.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Avengers, Guardians of the Galaxy, and I'm thinking about that, and I'm thinking Chris Pratt, sarcasm, Robert Downey Jr., sarcasm senior. I mean, is it like a sarcastic-off, between, on set,
I think they do a good job of taking, and sprinkling those guys around, I don't think they kind of...
Too much at one time might be overload.
It's like you add a little bit of spice into each group.
Scarlett, there's more, a bigger female presence this time around.
Yes, thank God.
Before. Yeah, how does that feel now?
Well, I just try to employ as many women as possible in my circle, just to try to kind of balance it out. So now I'm like, I don't have the full responsibility of the only estrogen factor, in this production. But it's great. I mean, it started out with, we had Colby, of course, who's awesome, and and Lizzie, who's been great. And I haven't really had the opportunity to work with, other than Deny. There's like I said, the universe is so big now that I have half those girls. I'm like, where'd you guys any more? Bring them on. Bring on the set. It still feels like I'm surrounded by dudes all day.
I was gonna say, you're still surrounded by a lot of,
I don't know how this is happening.
Idiots.
People are pumped about Brie Larson as Captain
Marvel. Yeah, she's great. I'm that's a very welcome addition. Yes, anybody basically that is of the female genre, gender, whatever it is.
You're welcome.
I don't even care if you're an actor.
You're welcome.
Just what I mean?
Come, please.
You could be a barista, a real estate agent.
Just be a woman.
Yeah, there's a part for you. Just come.
When will we get a Black Widow movie?
I don't know.
We need one.
Oh gosh, do we still?
You.
I don't know. I don't know. I mean,
Do you want to?
Yeah, I think that there is a it's such a loaded question. Yes, I would want to, in the right context, and for the film to fit where I'm where I am in my life. I mean, I've played this character for a long time. It's been probably like 8 years or more, and
Maybe more, yeah.
it's so much has happened in my life, and it's happened in my life as a performer, happened in my life personally, and I think that it would be I love playing this character, and I think that there's definitely an opportunity to explore the widow as a as a woman who has kind of come into her own and is making independent and active choices for herself, probably for once in her life. She hasn't always had that possibility. So if it fit that criteria, then yes, they do want to do it.
So I think they can make it happen. They're going to make that happen. I think they will. Well, you say so much has changed. Now you're not just a superhero in this world, but you're a mommy who's a superhero.
Yeah.
How has that impacted you and how you approach it?
Oh yeah, it's really been great just to I think that my daughter now she's going to be 3 years old, and so she's really kind of starting to have an understanding of what I do and the world that I'm that I work in and stuff. She's so sweet. She's so sweet. But she loves to come on set. She's really enthusiastic. She's totally she's quiet when she has to be. She's really observant, and more than anything,
wow,
it's just.
And she's 2 years old.
Yeah,
and she's quiet when she needs to be. You're doing a good job.
Oh yeah,
You're doing a good job.
Yes. Yes, I just don't feed her if she's not quiet. Yeah, I just try to. No, but
it's amazing.
I'm like, oh. No, but she, what's really exciting is being able to have her just be a part of, see that she her mom loves what she does, and that I'm working with such a great group of people, and that my work environment is so positive, and I think that's really fun. So that when I say, you want to come see Mommy's work, she's like, Mommy's work. She loves it. She
cool. Enjoys it. And
yeah.
It's great that you share it with her, because that sends a strong message.
Oh my God, I feel so
mommy.
lucky. Not everybody is able to bring their kid to the workplace, and certainly on this job, there's actually a lot of. It's funny, but a lot of us have kids now, and when we all started out, we were young and unafraid, and now we're all.
I'm at the bar alone.
He still is.
Yeah. We're there for the pre-dinner drink, but the after-dinner drink, he's all alone.
Cut out.
Yeah.
Are you the fun uncle on set?
Yeah. I mean, I think it's great. I mean, I brought my dog, so that's my child.
That counts. That counts.
Yeah, it's been great. I mean, it's so nice just to kind of watch the evolution. Independent of the movies, just the friendships that you get to form, watching them grow and evolve, and seeing people you've known for a long time become parents, and kind of just, morph into their adulthood is really a beautiful thing.
Because this has been nearly a decade. This process, this franchise.
Yeah.
So you guys really have become close, become a family in a way, right?
Yeah, I'm excited for even the next Infinity War. This thing really does go on forever. It's like an infinity. But
decades and decades. No, we're still here.
No, we're still here. Still need suits. No. But we even get to. It will even be like I think more of an opportunity for as all these pieces come together. We'll really have an opportunity to work, all as kind of a united.
We're never going to get anything done.
I know.
It's going to be our first AD is going to pull all his hair out.
No, you guys are pros. I don't believe that
God,
at all.
Joss Whedon used to get so mad at us. He was like,
with
"Get together! We're in the workplace." We were all just like,
pull it together, people. What about the romances? I mean, Black Widow and the Hulk. There's always been this unfulfilled love going on there, this tension. But, online people go bananas for Captain America, and what do they call you guys? Like,
Widow?
Yeah. Like, there are all these Stroganodgers, or what do they call it? Like this?
I don't know. Cap Widow sounds a lot better than that.
Off, or, I don't
know.
Yeah, I mean, I think, it's hard to say. I don't think that romance has ever really been in the air for these two. It just doesn't seem, sorry to disappoint, but
I was like, oh, well, I guess not. No, I agree though. I think there's a functionality there. There's a void that they each fill for each other, and I think they've each kind of had to face a little bit of kind of like a destruction a belief system along the way, and I think they've each leaned on one another for different reasons. I think in a lot of ways Cap certainly looks up to Black Widow. I think she's always been a little wiser, a little more experienced, a little more calloused in the way the world really is. And I think in Civil War, you know, Steve Rogers had to learn the hard way that you know, things that you're banking on don't always sometimes let you down. And I think in the past couple of years before we pick up in this film, they've really kind of become this rock for one another, but I don't know that it ever bleeds into a romance.
Yeah, and I think that they also have a kind of, you know, they have such a mutual respect for one another, I think personally and professionally, that I think that a romance would be, it would just be, I don't even think there's room for a romance in this. Like, I don't think they have the perspective, you know, to even give room for something like that to grow.
Yeah.
We've got
Like
a
you said-
world to save.